Guys, Duncan here, Mad Talk. First and foremost, subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and let's get this thing started. So how many people heard about the new executive order President Trump signed? Did you hear about the End Corruption, Drink the Swamp executive order? What this is an order designed to go after the illegal corruption, the big companies and foundations and all these different groups that support corruption and who've made a lot of money and a lot of assets off the American people. Now, a lot of people say that this executive order is designed to go after Hillary and the Clintons' finances. They want to say it's designed to go after Obama's finances. Well, it's not necessarily designed to go after it, but it will. And here's what I mean. Like many presidential orders, it's designed to go after corrupt organizations in general. Organizations that get funded by the government or used for certain reasons for the government, and these companies end up screwing the American people out of a lot of money. Okay, these corrupt politicians make a lot of money on it. This executive order is designed to go after scandals like Uranium One, corrupt organizations like the Clinton Foundation. It's designed to go after all those that have built the murky, ugly swamp in D.C. So it's not to pinpoint Hillary or Obama, but it's to pinpoint all the actions that they've represented, all the scandals, all the corruption. Its order is designed to look past titles and entitlement. Meaning if the president or the previous president in the United States is found guilty of corruption, he can be tried. Okay, this means that for the first time ever, a president has made an executive order that means nobody is above the law. And no one has the right to screw the American tax dollars, the American voters, and the American citizens. See, this executive order is one more step our President Trump has done to drain the swamp. And you look around all of these achievements, one by one, he's made promises, and one by one he's delivered. People said he can't do this, he did it. You can't bring jobs, he done it. You can't fix the economy, he did it. They said you can't survive a full year in office, he's done it and thrived at it. They said we'd be going to war, we're not yet. You see, President Trump represents the American people. President Trump represents America. And we have questions. He has answers. And he's getting down to it. Drain the swamp. Get rid of these corrupt politicians. Get rid of these career politicians. We need to install term limits. We need to install law and order back into our system. We need candidates that will stand up for America and who will promise to do the job they were elected to do. Too many times our politicians get diverted, subverted, distracted, or bought off. Yet here's our president doing everything he was elected to do. I live in liberal Oregon, one of the most liberal, corrupt states in the country. Between Kate Brown and her brother Jerry, the West Coast is a melting pot for corruption, illegal immigration, illegal guns, gangs, drugs. It's a melting pot for disrespecting our country and our president. This state looks past 29 counties and silences 29 counties with one or two. This state is ran by big city politics that are imposed upon small towns all over Oregon. For far too long, corrupt politicians have made a lot of money on the backs of us, the taxpayers, the legal citizens. For far too long, we sat back and watched these politicians strip away our rights, our guns. For far too long, we've watched them impose more and more and more taxes upon us, like a $700 million tax increase annually. And people ask, how can it be that much annually? Well, let me remind you, Oregon has Portland, which is a sanctuary city. Oregon is home to millions of illegals who are all getting benefits from the taxpayers' dollars. Oregon is home to Obama's refugees who are all paid by American tax dollars. The more people you have living off the system, the more jobs you strip away from your country and send to another state, the more unemployed you have here at home. The more job restrictions you put on industries and factories, the less people working you have here at home. And when you have people not working, the first thing they need to do is eat. So they go to the welfare offices and they collect food stamps that you so graciously give them, all funded by the tax dollars. When's it going to end? When are we going to say enough with this liberal economy? Enough with this idea that we should get money for nothing and checks for free? When are we going to stand up and say enough is enough and take our country back? Install law and order back into this country? When are we going to say enough is enough and we're going to stand up for our rights? The American people are quickly becoming a minority in our own country. The idea of America being great is quickly becoming diluted in our own country. Too many people have been subverted into this idea of globalism, this idea that America should fall. We cannot be subverted. We cannot allow one dictatorship in this country. And make no mistake, the Browns, Kate Brown and Jerry Brown, rule by dictatorship. They impose taxes on us. They strip our rights away. They silence us with illegal votes. When's it going to end? I've had enough. That's why I've decided that 2018 is a new year. It's a year Oregon flips. It's a year Oregon turns red. It's a year the Republican Party, the conservative Republican Party, makes Oregon great again. And it starts with making Oregon home. We have to redeem it. We have to get up and we have to stop this influence. We have to stop this influx of violence, of corruption. We have to call out these politicians for the BS they're trying to feed us. We need to fight to keep our jobs and to bring more of them here. We need to voice and be a voice for every one of these counties in Oregon, including the 29 that everybody seems to forget about. I'm asking for your help, your vote, your endorsement. I don't look like your average politician. I know that. And I know I don't sound like your average politician either. But when are we going to be done with the average politician who lives behind sanctuary, who wears a suit that you've bought him, who drives a fancy car that you've bought him, lives in a home that you've funded? When are we going to say enough is enough? When are we going to vote for somebody that is one of us, that walks amongst us, that pays the taxes, that struggles day to day? When are we going to stand up and vote for somebody in office that can represent us? Because for far too long, our representatives have not represented us, the American people. We must stand up. I'm going to give you two things you must remember. If you live in the state of Oregon, vote Duncan 2018 as Oregon's next governor. We can redeem this state. For everybody else out there listening, jump aboard the Trump train. Re-elect President Trump 2020. Could you imagine the great things this country can do? He's been in office 1 year, and we've already accomplished things that many people thought was a dream. Now imagine 5 more years. That's all I got to say. Please like, subscribe to my channel. Get involved in these conversations and these videos. I love conversations. Like my videos, but most importantly, subscribe. Subscribe and subscribe and let all your friends know the American people are standing. There's a new governor coming to Oregon. Thank you. Vote Duncan 2018. Redeem Oregon. Peace.